Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast, brought to you by DirecTV, 1-800-259-7646. Also brought to you by RVRealtor.com. If you're buying an RV or selling an RV, check out RVRealtor.com and the Dollar Shave Club. Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening on a Tuesday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing fantastic. I'm excited because it's Tuesday. You know what that means, right?
It's Tuesdays with Charlie.
Yeah, we get to call and talk to your papa later today about all kinds of silly things. So we'll be chatting with him later in the program, a thing we do every week called Tuesdays with Charlie. And listen to this. A hotel in the Middle East has dirt all over the floor, in the bed, in the bathroom. In fact, the dirt is everywhere. Arab millionaire Rashid Andel Hamid has opened the Mud Hotel. It's a hotel built entirely from mud. On Israel's war-torn Gaza Strip. Hamid says, everyone says I'm crazy, but it's going to be a huge success.
Oh, yeah.
So, just kind of wondering, Heidi.
Everybody wants to vacation on the Gaza Strip.
And if you were going to go to the lovely, picturesque Gaza Strip, where else would you stay but in the Mud Hotel, right?
No, not a chance.
Would you stay at a mud hotel anywhere? Even if it was in a beautiful place, would you say, I'd like to camp in mud?
No.
Nor would I.
I bet it'd be nice and cool, though.
I don't know. I've seen hot mud before. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but that's something that's really happening in the Gaza Strip. Coming up, we got some fun stuff for you on a Tuesday. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Get razors for $1 a month plus a few bucks shipping, so you can enjoy fresh razors every month for as little as $3. Learn more at dollarshaveclub.com/radio.
So, how much of the glitz and glamour of the Miss Universe pageant is real? Or the Miss America, or any of those? You know, when you watch those programs, it's always so big production stuff.
I don't watch those programs.
I don't really either. Once in a while, we'll be flipping through the channels and we'll go, oh, hey, what's this? And then we'll watch it for like a minute and a half. We're like, that was neat. Okay, let's keep moving. So, but how much of the glitz and glamour is real? Not a lot, according to Michael Schwant, a choreographer of many of the pageants. Schwant scrutinized the competition and revealed Donald Trump is allegedly fixing the competition, according to him. According to Schwant, Trump decides who will make it into the final six, he says. And after a private meeting with all of the women, that's when he makes the decision. So he's saying that, you know, he decides. You guys voting don't decide. But isn't it a panel of judges there? Isn't it a panel of judges like in the actual building?
Yeah, I thought it was, yeah.
I think so, too. I don't know how all that works, but he's saying the glitz and glamour is all just kind of a put on.
And who cares? Honestly, if that's the big scandal they can find on Trump, oh, well.
Well, you know, that's
nothing compared to Hillary.
It's going to be a real problem this year because we have so many contestants running for president. They're going to actually have a swimsuit competition. So it's going to be,
I would watch.
No, I wouldn't watch that. Coming up, Mr. Coffee's getting married. We'll tell you all about that on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RVRealtor.com. If you want to buy or sell an RV, go to RVRealtor.com. List your RV for free. Learn more at RVRealtor.com.
Thank you for listening on a Tuesday. We have Tuesdays with Charlie coming your way in a bit. But right now, something that's kind of fun. You know it's true because you're going to hear it on the radio. Mr. Coffee, you may now kiss the bride. Who do you love more, your cappuccino or your fiancé? You may have to decide, but you might not have to decide between the two any longer. At the Reverend Al Holm Drive-Thru Espresso Palace, you can get a latte, a mocha, or get married. His Sacred Grounds coffee shop, that's kind of a cool name for a coffee shop.
Wow.
It occupies a former pizza counter in the back of a convenience store, and this is in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Like a lot of states, Idaho requires only a wedding license for a legal marriage. There's no waiting period. There's no blood test. You just go in and say, I want to get married. Here's my license, and you get married. Holm, a retired police chaplain, is ordained in the First Christian Church, but the counter of the Sacred Grounds is his only pulpit. His 5-minute weddings may include a bit of scripture, although he's been known to ask couples how much religion they really want in this wedding. So it's kind of an interesting idea. If you're going to get married somewhere, I think it's kind of cool. If you're a big fan of coffee, and it would be really cool, like if you and your wife met at a coffee shop, and if you're saying, hey, I just want to get married, I don't need a big wedding, That'd be kind of fun to get married at this coffee shop.
A drive-through wedding.
It's not drive-through. Well, you could do the drive-through, but you go inside. You can go inside and do it at Sacred Grounds Coffee.
Oh, my gosh. In a convenience store.
Yeah. Nice thing is, on the way out, you can get a six-pack and celebrate. That is so ridiculous, but it's funny because people are doing it.
Yeah, well.
So
to
Heidi,
each his own, I guess.
I've wanted to renew our vows for quite some time. We're going to be approaching our 16th anniversary, and I really think we should go to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and get remarried and renew our vows in a coffee shop. What do you think?
That's not happening. We don't need to renew our vows. Our vows are good forever. We don't have to renew them.
I know, but I just want to go get married in a coffee shop. I just think
it's
it'd
not
be
like
fun.
my concealed carry permit. I have to renew it every few years.
But, maybe they should do that with a marriage license. Do you really want to renew this? Yeah, I don't think I want to. I'm not going to extend your contract. All right. It's true because you heard it on the radio.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again?
844-204-1055.
And this is your brain on drugs. It was supposed to be the happiest day of their lives, but it ended up, instead of wedding bliss, wedded woes. Their wedding ended up in a brawl. Police were called when a fight broke out at a couple's wedding reception. This was in Westlake, Ohio. The fight started when the bride's father introduced his new son-in-law by the wrong name. Ooh, that's not good. Ended with 10 police officers trying to calm the guests down. The bridegroom's father and a friend of the groom were charged with drunken, disorderly conduct. Nobody was seriously hurt, but they were all completely intoxicated. So when he introduced his this is my new son-in-law, Frankie or Fred or whatever his name is.
I'm assuming it's an ex-boyfriend that he called him by, which would have been an honest mistake if she had been with this other guy forever. But
yeah,
I can understand why the groom would have been upset.
I could understand that as well. But one of the things that I wonder is, doesn't say in the story, when he introduced him by the wrong name, did the groom take a swing at his new father-in-law, or did the groom's dad take a swing at the new father-in-law? I don't know really. It doesn't say who it was that started the fight. It started with him introducing him by the wrong name and ended with 10 police officers pulling drunken guests off each other. Sounds like one heck of a wedding. So do you think they'll have a party the next day to open the busted gifts? All right, that's your brain on drugs. Your moment of duh is on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Keystone Treatment Center. Addiction is no laughing matter. Call Keystone Treatment Center toll-free at 1-844-204-1055.
Now your moment of duh. And today's moment of duh, Heidi, proves that the saying, the early bird gets the worm, is not always a foolproof way to live. You ready for this?
Yes.
We're going to head to Wiggins, Colorado, which, first of all, I just like that name. If we're ever going to move, let's go to Wiggins, Colorado. I just think that'd be a fun place. Where do you live? Wiggins. I don't know where that name comes from. Anyway, this moment of duh, this dude planned to rob a bright, shiny new ATM located in the entryway of the High Plains National Bank. So he crashed his car through the front doors of the bank, in the process knocking the ATM over. And he went on to work on the machine, trying to pry it open. To his surprise, there was no cash to be found, not a single bill. The newly installed ATM had not even been loaded with money yet. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even plugged in yet. So he left empty-handed after robbing an empty ATM. That is not a good idea. So apparently they just put it in. They hadn't put anything in it yet. And that's the one of all the ATMs he could have robbed, that's the one he chose to rob. Huh. Yeah, there's your moment of duh. We have your scoop of the day on the way and Tuesdays with Charlie, before you know it, right here on the John and Heidi Show.
The scoop of the day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now, your scoop of the day. A survey reveals that parents enjoy their kids the most when they are 5. So once they get older than 5, you start to enjoy them less, according to this story. Here's the thing that I will say. I think that is kind of the right age for a lot of things, because they're old enough to kind of do some things on their own where they're not like super dependent on you, but they're not old enough yet to realize that you're not the coolest person in the world.
See, my favorite is like 2 and 3.
Oh, no, not me.
Everything is just so amazing to them and they're learning something new every day. It's so much fun to watch.
Cool.
You can show them something so simple and they're just like, oh, you are the smartest person in the world.
And the thing is, I think they still feel that way at 5. Now we've got a son that's 18. He thinks we're the biggest morons in the world.
Oh, my gosh.
We get a lot of dirty looks these days.
We do.
As a matter of fact, if he's listening right now, he's probably flaring his nostrils and staring at the radio. All right, dating app for bacon lovers? Yeah, the Tinder for Bacon Lovers app is here. From Oscar Myers. It was released last week, and the way it works is it asks you some questions about bacon, then it finds a match for another bacon lover who's just like you, and then you get to chat.
That is so ridiculous.
Most likely about bacon.
That is so ridiculous.
Can you imagine
You're
someday
base a relationship on bacon?
I was going to just say, can you imagine someday talking to your grandkids? So how did you guys meet? Well, there was this Oscar Mayer bacon app that we both downloaded.
Yeah, that is so ridiculous.
And honestly, if it works, if that's the way you find true love, that's cool, because there have been stories even more weird than that where people found each other. So what the heck? Why not? Wacky but true. A woman hides phone up there. Yeah, I'm going to read the story. Police in Romania caught a female cell phone thief by dialing the stolen number, and they heard it ringing from, there. Doctors at the police station extracted the phone and disinfected it before giving it back to its owner. Would you even
I would not want it back. No way.
And I don't know exactly up where, but I'm assuming I think I know where, and if it's either of the up wheres, I don't want it back. You can have that phone. I don't even want my contacts anymore. I don't want anything from that. That is weird. That happened in Romania. That's weird. Over here, we've got, what are we looking at? Oh, wacky but true. Another funny story. Drunk friends fist fight over a check. We've done this. We've never gotten a fist fight. But, when you go out to eat, usually it's, especially when it's like when you're with friends or when we're with my mom or with your parents.
Yeah, I understand. I've got it.
No, I get it. I get it. I want it. No, I'm going to pay. No, we're going to pay. We're going to pay. You paid last time. I'm going to pay this time. You pay next. Okay, fine. Well, there were some friends. They went out for a nice little dinner in a restaurant in China, and they were fighting over who got the check, and they got into a fist fight.
Wow.
So, fine, you can have the check. Never going out with you again, just so you know. All right, Lionel Richie is going to hang out in Vegas for a while. He announced last week that he's going to be taking up residency at the Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino, and he's got a new show called Lionel Richie All the Hits. I would actually go to that. I think Lionel Richie is a very talented dude.
I would go to Lionel Richie.
I wonder if he will dance on the ceiling. Do you think?
I doubt it.
They could rig that up pretty easily. They could have it where he walks up the wall and dances on the ceiling. That would be so cool. Lionel Richie, if you're listening, try to work that into the act for me. The FDA announced a ban on several brands of cigarettes. I don't know which ones. Aren't they all bad? Do they have to pick and choose? All right, from Danville, Kentucky, police were called to the Kentucky State Barbecue Festival after a dispute reported between the dispute was reported between contestants who were sharing a cooker. One of the contestants told officers that she was hit in the shoulder and the neck and the head by a slab of hot meat. Police said the other contestant threw the brisket because he lost his temper, but he didn't mean to hurt anyone. So she got smacked with a brisket. And they had to call the police on this whole thing. This is nuts.
Huh.
Come on, people.
You said they were sharing a what?
A cooker. They were it's a barbecue contest. They were sharing the same cooker.
I was hearing a completely different story.
No, that's cooker with a C. And your strange
Either way,
law.
they would have been, I could see that happening either way.
Got hit with a slab of meat.
Hot meat.
Would you
Things got out of control.
Would you stop? Strange law. The town of Hood River, Oregon, prohibits the act of juggling without a license. You need a juggling license there. Okay. That's in Hood River, Oregon. There you go. That's your strange law. This has been your Scoop of the Day.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RoughToughKennels.com. Dog kennels and accessories sent to your front door wherever you live. Your dog deserves it. Learn more at RoughToughKennels.com.
Thank you so much for listening on a Tuesday. Time right now for one of my favorite things we do in these parts here. We do something every Tuesday. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law just because we can for a little program we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie. How you doing, Charlie?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic.
Well, that's good. That's a pretty darn good way to start things, isn't it?
Well, it's early. It'll all go to hell before the day's over.
That's for sure.
What kind of stuff are we going to learn about today, Charlie?
You know, when you sneeze, people always say, bless you.
Yeah.
Do you know why they do that?
I think at one point they thought that your soul escaped when you sneezed. Isn't that true?
Well, close.
Okay.
It's because your heart stops for a mill of a second.
No
Oh,
kidding.
really?
Every time you sneeze, your heart stops.
Well, I'm going to quit sneezing. That's not good.
It could not be, you know.
That could be bad.
Hey, astronauts,
Yeah?
you know they cannot burp in space?
I had
Really?
no clue. I wonder why.
I don't know. I should check that out.
Huh.
But I just give you the facts. The rest you can look up on your own. You know that.
You get us started on the path. Where we go from there is up to us.
Hey, you ever heard of bimbo?
I've heard of the word bimbo, and I think it's a brand in some areas.
It's a brand of soft drink manufactured and marketed by Coke.
Yeah, I've seen that brand on on the internet. I've never seen it in real life.
I haven't either. See, some of this stuff you're very knowledgeable.
Well, here's the problem, Charlie. The stuff that I know is stuff that it doesn't help me at all in life. The things that I should know, I have no clue about.
I know the feeling. I told you this years ago, but 90% of women who walk into a department store immediately turn to the right.
To the right. I wonder why that is.
But if you ever notice, all the good stuff's right as you come in the door and to the right.
Well, there you go. What if I ever had anything in a department store, they'd put me on the left.
Now, I don't know how they figured this out, but a completely blind chameleon will still take on the colors of its environment.
I
heard that. Where did we just hear that?
We did that. We had a trivia question that we were doing for a fun little game at an event, and that was in there. So yeah, we just read that.
How did they know that?
Maybe different colors feel a different way.
I don't know. Apparently, the changing of their skin has nothing to do with sight. It has something to do with their skin. Because if you think about like a reflection, there are cars that are like iridescent, and if it's parked by a red car, it looks more red. If it's parked by a blue car, it looks more blue. But that car doesn't see anything, so it doesn't have sight. See?
You're an idiot.
Or am I a genius?
There's a fine line.
There's a fine line.
Okay, then let's do this one. A recent study at Harvard has shown that eating chocolate can actually help you live longer. Lots of you ought to be 105.
Yeah.
I think so. I
You're gonna
love
live-
chocolate.
You're going to live forever, Heidi.
I think so.
Hey, I got one last thing for you.
All right, what's that?
A face-off. You know what a face-off in hockey is?
Yeah, where the hockey guys are right up next to each other there.
They throw the thing down and they hit it.
Yeah.
That was originally called the puck-off.
No kidding.
Not a face-off, a puck-off.
That is funny. I'm sure there's a reason they changed
yeah,
it.
I think I know the reason they changed it.
Face
You
off.
have to be real careful when you say that.
Especially if you start saying face off and then you end up with puck off. You could have some really bad thing go on there.
Somebody could beat you with a stick.
Exactly. Well, Charlie, I've got a trivia question for you. Do you know who Alexander Graham Bell is? If I mention that guy's name, does that ring any bells?
Yes.
What did he invent? Do you know?
He was a bell maker. No, he invented the phone.
Oh my gosh!
Telephone, Charlie, telephone.
Yes, that's what I said, the phone.
Well, here's the other thing. Did you know he also set a world water speed record? Try that again. Like speeding on water, going over 70 miles an hour. How old was he when he set that record, Charlie? Going over 70 miles an hour in a boat.
In a boat, not on a water ski.
Yeah.
In a boat. How old was he?
That's what I'm asking you.
68.
No, you're close.
72.
72. Yeah, you were really close, though. Well, very good, Charlie. One of these days, you're going to get a question right, and then we have to figure out what you're going to win for a prize.
I hope these people ain't waiting for me to come up with the right answer, because
No.
they're going to wait a long time.
If you've got a question for Charlie, send it to us. You can send it to charlie@johnandheidishow.com. Just email that over, and we'll see if we can ask the question next week. And speaking of that, we'll talk to you next week, Charlie.
Well, you know, It'll be Tuesday when you talk to me.
Yes, it will. We'll talk to you then. Have a great day.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can with a little program we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
This portion of the program is brought to you by carsforsale.com. If you're in the market to buy a car, truck, or van, find thousands of vehicles to choose from at carsforsale.com.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
Thought you'd never ask. It's Tuesday, the 22nd day of September. It means today is American Business Women's Day. So do they have a Businessman's Day, you think?
I don't know.
It's Business Women's Day today, which is cool. It's also this would be completely different. Car Free Day, which means you should walk. I was going to say Free Car Day, which would have been really cool.
That would have been a cooler day.
Yeah, but Car Free Day, you're supposed to walk wherever you go today. Chain Mail Day today. What's that? Chain mail. I've heard of chain mail.
Chain mail. Isn't that the thing where you get a letter and then you're supposed to send this letter out to 10 of your friends?
If that's what it is, don't send me any, please. It's Dear Diary Day. It's Hobbit Day. Ice Cream Cone Day. International Day of Radiant Peace. National Centurions Day, so people turning 100, happy birthday to you. National Rock and Roll Dog Day. Okay. National Voter Registration Day, National White Chocolate Day, National Woman Road Warrior Day, Yom Kippur, and Heidi's favorite, Elephant Appreciation Day.
I love elephants.
I know you do. I got her a T-shirt made, custom-made T-shirt that says I love elephants.
I wore that to the GOP debate, by
I
the way.
noticed that. I saw you wearing that, and I saw people checking you out. I was like, hey, eyes off her. She's all mine. There you go. That's what's going on today. Get out there and celebrate by sharing an ice cream cone with a hobbit or an elephant, one or the other. And then write about it in your diary. Coming up here in a moment, we got a fun story about chocolate. Oh, yeah, that's on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by StoneGroupArchitects.com. It's more than a building. It's design and function working together. Check out the project portfolio at StoneGroupArchitects.com.
Thank you so much for listening on a Tuesday. We've heard people describe by the warm feeling they get when they eat chocolate. Have you heard people say, oh, when I eat chocolate, it just makes me warm and fuzzy, and I just feel so good. You ever have that?
Yeah.
You ever have it when you have chocolate? It just warms you? Well, there could be soon a chocolate bar on the market that really does increase your body temperature. It's not going to just make you feel warm. It's going to actually make you feel warm, if that makes sense. Among the potential 21st century foods being developed for military use is a chocolate bar with a special nutrient to change your body's temperature. It could not only make a soldier warmer in cold climates, but could also render soldiers invisible to enemies' thermal imaging equipment.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
that can't possibly be good for you. Whatever chemicals are in there.
I don't know. I'm not going to have any. I'll wait until they've proven that it works good. Maybe before I die, I might try a little nibble. But yeah, it's supposed to heat you up. That's a cool idea, really, when you think about it. Because the whole idea is it'll increase your body temperature. So, like if they would take this chocolate bar with them when they're out, in the field. And if they happen to, come upon a place where they have to stay out in the cold, they could eat chocolate and stay warm doing that. That's a cool idea. Because they can't really light a fire to stay warm because they would instantly draw attention to themselves. And they're saying that this could bring up your body temperature.
I just can't imagine that could be healthy for our troops. But
yeah, I don't know.
I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And coming up, we're going to talk about caffeine. Is caffeine good for you or is it bad for you? Well, we're going to tell you what they're saying this week coming up in a moment. Thanks for joining us on the John and Heidi Show.
This portion of the program is brought to you by DirecTV, 1-800-259-7646. Also brought to you by RVWheelator.com. If you're buying an RV or selling an RV, check out RVWheelator.com and the Dollar Shave Club. Here's John and Heidi.
I just took a sip of coffee because that might be the last coffee I drink for a while. Here's the headline, Heidi.
Okay.
Killer caffeine. Ooh, that's not good.
Oh.
A new study is not too happy with caffeine. They're calling it the silent killer of success. According to a new study on the LinkedIn website, most people start drinking caffeine because it makes them feel more alert and it improves their mood. I do. However, research finds that a large dose of caffeine accomplishes that by raising your blood pressure and stimulating your heart and producing rapid, shallow breathing, which deprives your brain of oxygen that you need to think and to be calm and to be rational. They also says caffeine reduces your ability to really rest. If you want to read the entire story, I've got a link to it. If you can get your jittery hands over to your keyboard, it's at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Go check that out, and you can read the whole story. But drink your coffee first because you might not drink coffee after that. So do you think we get too much caffeine in our diets? Or not enough, or just about enough?
I don't think so. I mean, I drink 1 cup of coffee a day, and that's kind of where it ends now. So, because I've given up soda, but I don't know.
No. Well, we got to be careful because they're saying it's bad for you. Coming up, we've got a Trekkie wedding we're going to tell you all about. That's on the way on the John and Heidi Show.
This portion of the program is brought to you by GunUp.com. If you're a gun lover, you'll be in heaven at GunUp.com. Built by experienced military veterans, shooting sports competitors, and publishing professionals. They have awesome stories and articles that are read by millions of gun enthusiasts. Check it out at GunUp.com.
On the Star Trek TV show, you see all kinds of different species of aliens building friendships and even marriages between others. But is that all make-believe? Well, here's an interesting wedding. It was a wedding only Mr. Spock could appreciate. Pamela and Ron Smith have tied the knot in the Canadian town of Vulcan. Yes, that is the real name of the town, Vulcan. And the Star Trek fans exchanged their own vows in both English and Klingon.
Oh my gosh.
The new Mrs. Smith even wore a fake wrinkled forehead to look like a member of the warrior Klingon race. With the words, "You may now kiss the Klingon," the marriage was official. So they got married. They're fans. Here's the thing that story warms my heart, Heidi. 2 people who both are really into something and they found each other. And I think that is an amazing thing. So it's maybe not your dream wedding, but Mrs. Smith, that was her dream wedding. Pamela is a happy, happy lady, and Ron is a happy, happy man. Can you imagine how happy they must be that they found each other? I'm just saying. Because for years, every time Ron was thinking about getting married, somebody like you was like, "Are you kidding me? No, Ron, sorry, it's over. Take those pointy ears off. We're in public." Can we get the check, please? All right, coming up, we've got some cheap eats coming your way, possibly. We'll tell you all about that on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. You can get razors sent to your door each month for just $1, plus a couple of bucks shipping. It's an amazing deal. Log on to dollarshaveclub.com/radio to learn more. That's dollarshaveclub.com/radio. Now, back to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. For those of you who maybe are fairly new to the program, I want to just explain some things here. This beautiful woman that sits here with me is my wife, Heidi, and I'm her husband, John. And she is a bargain hunter galore. You love getting a bargain, don't you?
I do.
You are the bargain hunter of bargain hunters. And this story is going to make you pretty darn happy. So you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I haven't shared this with you yet, have I?
No.
Because I wanted to get your reaction on this. Headline says, some cheap eats could be coming your way. With the ever-troubled economy, restaurants are having trouble filling the booths. In an attempt to lure you in, casual dining chains like, and I don't know if we have any of these around here, or if we have all of these. I know we've got some of these, I think, but Ruby Tuesdays, Bennigan's, and TGI Fridays, those are some that they mentioned in the story. They're spreading some cheer with free coupons, offering discounts, and 2-for-1 deals. Now, if you don't see them in your mailbox or on your doorknob, check the newspaper. Industry observers say the restaurants are going through one of their worst slumps ever. Now, what does that mean? That means you, as a consumer, can be a winner, chicken dinner. Don't expect the deals to end anytime soon. Normally, during the holidays, when they're really busy, is when they start doing their coupon thing. But if they're doing their coupon thing now, they say, just hang in there, folks, because we could see some really sweet post-holiday deals. They get busy at the holiday time, but it's like right after that, like right after Christmas.
This is not a good story. This means the economy is not doing well, and people are not.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is it's an opportunity for you to save.
Okay.
So, yes, the country may be crumbling down around you, but hey, you saved 28 cents.
You can go out to eat.
You saved 28 cents on a chicken sandwich, so it's not all bad news. There's a silver lining in there somewhere. So, what is your favorite, like if you were going to go out to a restaurant, what is your favorite thing to order? Do you have a specific thing you order all the time? Go ahead.
No, you think I do, but
you used to.
I don't.
Every time we go out, she used to look at the menu for like 8 minutes, and then they'd come and say, do you know what you want? She's like, let me look some more. And then I would say to my son, chicken sandwich. You don't order that anymore, do you?
No, I don't.
All right. Coming up, we're going to talk about how to make love last a long time with some good news. That's on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by DirecTV. Call 1-800-259-7646. They have hundreds of channels to choose from, with many packages to fit your viewing desires. Learn more at 1-800-259-7646.
Thank you so much for listening on a Tuesday. We always like to end the program with a positive story, don't we, Heidi? Mm-hmm. Always like to wrap things up around here, on an up note. And today, what we're going to talk about, these are some tips, guys, some relationship tips for guys from Men's Health. Now, do I need any relationship tips, Heidi, or is our relationship?
Oh, you could use some tips.
I could definitely use tips. All right, they say here, some things that you can do to stay on your sweetie's good side. First of all, when she fills out one of those quizzes in a women's magazine and she says, hey, take a look at this, read it. She wants you to know something. So if she fills out a quiz and you go, yeah, that's nice. Okay, I'm going to watch the game again, or I'm going to watch this movie again, or I'm going to go back on Facebook again. Don't do that. If she fills one of those things out, read the thing. It's going to tell you everything you ever needed to know about your specific sweetheart. So another thing, if you want to do something to stay on her good side, send her a postcard. Even if you're home, send her a postcard so she gets a little thing in the mail saying, hey, I was just thinking of you. I'm in the living room, by the way. Come on over and see me. I'm not exactly sure how you got that postcard mailed from the living room, but it says do little things like that. Another one, let her pick the movie once in a while. I do that for you quite often. As a matter of fact, I hardly ever pick the movie. So I'll say, what do you want to watch? And then you're like, I don't care, whatever you want to watch. I'm like, no, what do you want to watch? And then we do the 5 minutes back and forth. Well, what do you want to watch? Another thing, if you want to stay on your sweetheart's good side, never, ever, ever bring up her weight. Ever. Never, ever, ever. I don't know if there's enough evers in there. Another one, have 2 bathrooms. That's a good idea. Maybe I should use that one more often. Is the romance out of the relationship when I'm over here?
We do have 2 bathrooms, but who's going to use...
I don't know.
Everybody...
I'm just saying
the same bathroom.
I think that would be nice. There are times that I'll go downstairs to, do my stuff while you're up there doing your stuff. I'm like, we don't necessarily need to be that close. And the last thing, keep all her vital statistics on a card in your wallet. Birthday, anniversary, dress size, lingerie size, favorite flowers, etc. Those things topped the list. And then there's one last bonus thing on here from Men's Health magazine. If you want to stay on your sweetheart's side, never, ever take her mother's side on anything. If there's an argument, you're always on her side. I don't care if she's wrong. If you know she's wrong, you're still on her side. Never agree with her mother. If they're arguing, you're right. Your mom's an idiot. Well, maybe not that, because, eventually they're going to make up, and then you're going to say, well, you think my mother's an idiot. So I just thought that was a fun way to end the program today. All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Time now for the bonus break, only available here on the John and Heidi Show podcast.
And your bonus break is brought to you by the Dollar Shave Club. You can learn more at dollarshaveclub.com/radio. And we don't have a whole lot that we're going to do today, but what I am going to do is all coming from the Dollar Shave Club. One of the things that they like to do, these little bonuses, they'll send you every month your razors, but for free, they'll send you a free subscription to this little magazine that they do, and it's getting bigger. Do you remember the first one that I got? It was like a one-page thing that was folded, and now it's multiple pages stapled together. It's
a
like
little booklet.
Yeah, it's really cool, and this is really actually a whole lot of fun. I look forward to getting these. I'll just kind of look here. It says, like, this one says, Strange Schools. Break out your backpack, loose leaf paper, and number 2 pencils. September's here. We all know what that means. Time to go back to school. But you find yourself daydreaming about wizardry, fresh powder, or life as a clown during class.
What?
A traditional education might not be for you. That doesn't mean you should have to play hooky. There are schools that are more interesting, and we're going to talk about those because they have in this issue some strange schools that you could go to. I'm going to try to flip to those now. Here we go. So, clown school. How would you like to go to clown school, Heidi?
Like instead of high school?
No, I mean instead of college.
Oh.
When you're done with high school, you can go on to do so many things. It's not an insult for universities with dubious academic records, but the Clown School in L.A. readies the next generation of clowns for the impossibly small cars and advanced balloon animals. You can learn more at theclownschool.com. That's not a joke. It's for real. How about Cowboy School? You think that'd be fun?
Not me personally, but I'm sure there are people.
Deer
that
Springs
do.
College gives new meaning to putting yourself through school. Located on a California cattle ranch, its students milk cows, grow veggies, and fix pipes in exchange for a $50,000 per year scholarship. So they put them to work while they're working their way through school. Deepsprings.edu if you want to go to that one. How about the Unschool? Brooklyn Free School is a school without the school part. No grades, no tests, no homework. Students are legally required to show up for 5.5 hours a day.
What do you do?
But what they do with that time is really up to them.
Oh
It's
my
called
gosh.
Brooklyn Free School, and you can go to brooklynfreeschool.org. We need to get in on this one.
What on earth?
Hey, it's just like college without the school. All it is tuition. You give us the money, you can hang out here for 5.5 hours a day. I think that's like daycare for
Wow.
adults. I'm going to have to check that website out. Again, if you'd like to read these, you can sign up for your Razors, and they'll send this to you every month, and it's all kinds of fun stuff, like Slope School. During the winter months, Stratton Mountain School, they have the go-to academy there for competitive skiers and snowboarders. Classes are only held in the afternoon. That way students can spend more time shredding the slopes. If you want to go to that school, go to gosms.org. We got 2 more to talk about. How about which school? No, I'm not saying which school do you want to go to. I'm saying, do you want to go to which school? WITCH. Which School International is a cross between Hogwarts and the University of Phoenix. It's an online academy where students can take courses in spell writing, becoming a sea priestess, and how to use your witch's broom. If you want to,
my goodness
this sounds like a
gracious.
scam to me.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about that, go to witchschool.com. And then finally, meditation school. And I'll read this one a little softer, Heidi. Learn to meditate like a beetle at the Mariashi School, whose founder, Mariashi Maheshi Yogi, taught John, Paul, George, and Ringo the finer points of transcendental meditation. It's the Mariashi School.
Yeah, we'll get right on that.
And you can learn more about them at mariashischool.com.
I would like to know how to meditate, though. I think this would be
Isn't
good
it
for
just,
me.
I don't know. Isn't it just sitting around like thinking a lot,
I don't know.
crossing your legs and whatnot? I'm not sure how all that works. So anyway, if you want to learn some different things, there are some different schools. And if you want to know more about this, you can just sign up for Razors, and they'll send you this kind of stuff all the time. This whole book, I just read like 2 pages out of that book. I'll read more later in the week, but I wanted to get that for your bonus break today. So some fun stuff. Thank you so much to the Dollar Shave Club for supplying me with that and for being our supporter of our bonus break. You can learn more about the Dollar Shave Club, and while you're there, here's a crazy idea. Sign up for their razors. $3 a month, they'll bring them right to your door. Or you can sign up for the really good ones. And I switched back to the Executive series. I've got those, and I love them. And I've been using those. Look how smooth my face is over here. I mean, you can't even tell there was hair there. You know, it's gone. Silky smooth like a baby's bottom for $9 a month. So you can do that. Learn more at dollarshaveclub.com/radio.